Given f of x equals 1 divided by the quantity x plus 7, find a general formula for the average rate of change on the closed interval from 8 to 8 plus h by determining the difference quotient. The average rate of change is simply the slope of the secant line passing through 2 points on a function, in this case when x equals 8 and x equals 8 plus h. If we take a look at our notes below, the average rate of change over the closed interval from a to b is equal to the quotient of f of b minus f of a and b minus a. Notice the numerator is the change in the function value, or the change in y, and the denominator is the change in x, which again is just the slope of a secant line. So in our case, the average rate of change is equal to f of the quantity 8 plus h minus f of 8 divided by the quantity 8 plus h minus 8. And now to determine the function values, f of the quantity 8 plus h is 1 divided by the quantity 8 plus h plus 7, and then we have minus f of 8, which is 1 divided by the sum of 8 and 7. And all this is divided by the quantity 8 plus h minus 8, which simplifies to h because 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. Let's rewrite this as 1 divided by 8 plus h plus 7 is 15 plus h, and then minus 1 divided by 8 plus 7 is 15. All this is divided by h. And now we'll subtract the fractions in the numerator by obtaining a common denominator, which is the product of the two denominators. And therefore we'll multiply the numerator and denominator of the first fraction by 15. And we multiply the numerator and denominator of the second fraction by 15 plus h. Notice now we have a common denominator of 15 times the quantity 15 plus h. And the numerator is now 15 minus 1 times the quantity 15 plus h. Simplifying the numerator, we have 15 minus 15 minus h. The numerator simplifies to negative h. And now from here, we're going to write the quotient as a product. Remember, this large fraction bar means division. Instead of dividing by h, we'll multiply by the reciprocal of 1 divided by h. So we have the fraction on top of negative h divided by the product of 15 and the quantity 15 plus h. And then again, instead of dividing by h, we'll multiply by the reciprocal of h, which is 1 divided by h. And notice in this form, we can simplify. H divided by h simplifies to 1, leaving us with the average rate of change as negative 1 divided by, let's multiply out the denominator. 15 times 15 is 225. And then we have plus 15 times h, which is 15h. So for the first part of the question, the average rate of change for the given function over the closed interval from 8 to 8 plus h is negative 1 divided by the sum of 225 and 15h. And now for the second part, the closed interval from 8 to 8 plus h gets smaller as h approaches 0. As h approaches 0, the average rate of change approaches the instantaneous rate of change at x equals 8. Determine the instantaneous rate of change at x equals 8. This indicates to find the instantaneous rate of change, we simply substitute 0 for h, which gives us negative 1 divided by the sum of 225 and the product of 15 and 0, which simplifies to negative 1 divided by 225. This is the instantaneous rate of change at x equals 8. I hope you found this helpful.